Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the DoubleClutch.ca podcast. This is the first time I've managed to get through the intro with no interruption from my beloved co-stars here. We are joined in studio by Nathan and Rush. No Emron this week. He's out on an event. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Emron's out trying out some new Saloon tires for us down in Moab, yeah. Yeah. Sick. All right. This week, we have some cool stuff in the garage. Nathan's back from San Diego, where he sampled the 2025 Kia Carnival Hybrid. I also had the Ranger Lariat last week. We couldn't get to those last week due to timing. This week, we're in some cool stuff. We're in the Dodge Durango SRT 392.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh my god, that thing's insane. We also have the 2025 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro.
You had it right the first time.
It's a taco.
It's a taco.
Taco.
Yeah.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Third Pro.
But by the time you guys are hearing this, it'll be Taco Thursday. And we also have some sort of Mercedes.
Yep.
Let's dive right in. Nathan, how's San Diego?
San Diego's a pretty city, man. I love it. It's really nice down there. The Carnival Hybrid, it's already on the market, not the hybrid. The gas
Carnival
version of the facelifted Carnival is already on the market.
That's pretty gas.
Yeah. It looks good, right? Like from front dead on, it does not look like a van.
Yeah.
Like they've gone to great lengths to hide the fact that
Absolutely.
it's a minivan because it's kind of a fucking bad word these days.
Yeah, Kia calls it like a lifestyle
utility vehicle.
That's fucking
love.
That's stupid.
That's love. You can't call love stupid.
No, you can't. But
We can call
just call
stupid.
it a minivan.
Yeah, own it. Anyway, it's a very good minivan. I don't know, tons of room. Very configurable. Actually, really nice. Like typical Hyundai Kia stuff that we like, right? Like good materials, good attention to detail, well
Great
thought
value.
out, easy to use, and super aggressive value.
Yeah.
So this thing, the hybrid, tops out at $57,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is when the Pacifica touches 70. That's really good.
Yeah, like tippity tops out with full reclining rear seats and power everything and a hybrid at $57,000.
That's really good.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And what is it? Heads up and multi-voice recognition and a bunch of other things. I can't remember from the press release. But yeah, everything you could want in the kitchen sink. It's kind of bonkers. And they start at 46 and for the hybrid. And at 46, you're getting leather, power doors, power liftgate. All the
That's really good.
Yeah,
That's
and
really
standard
good value.
adaptive cruise and all the good stuff and a whole bunch of new safety features. It's really impressive product and it looks great.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Let's move on to your truck that I have a lot of fun things to say about.
Yes. Okay, so we were kind of talking about this.
Russ, did you drive this thing ever?
What color was it?
So, no. No, it was silver. It was silver on tan.
Oh, it was gray. Yeah, I'm thinking of the interior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
Did not get to drive it.
Um,
I'm gonna have a lot to say about it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a ton to say. We already like the Ranger.
oh, yeah.
We've
great
all
package.
liked every
The
Ranger
Ranger
we've
is
driven.
actually a nice truck.
Actually fantastic.
Yeah.
And this one that you had the optional 2.7 V6, turbo V6, which is unique in its class. Really sets it apart. I think it makes a great truck even better. That's fucking pretty well perfect.
I really like the Ranger. The previous generation, pre-refresh. I don't know. Is this considered a new generation?
It's a brand new truck.
Okay.
It is a brand ass new truck.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I really like the previous gen Ranger. Problem is, by the time it got here, it was super outdated.
By the time I got to North America.
Yeah. By the time I drove it for the first time last year-ish, it was fucking ancient.
Right.
It was 10 years old at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really aged.
Makes you think, why would they bother?
Well, because
Just to
people
get in.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Tooling's paid off. Why not?
They already have it, yeah.
Yeah.
and people have been asking for a new Ranger ever since the old one was was discontinued here.
Yeah.
It makes sense because I still see so many Ranger and B
A
series
lot of old,
on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Still see them on the road.
they love them.
Yeah. I really like the old Ranger. Right sized, capable enough. It's a handsome truck. It just really felt old. But this one, it's one of those rare redesigns that takes literally everything bad about the previous version and makes it all better.
Yeah, like it's like they benchmarked it against the F-150.
Yeah.
And they took all the shit that they already have nailed down in the F-150 that was kind of iced out because, it's the flagship truck.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm like, no, fuck it. Let's like put all the good stuff in that too. Like the 2.7, like the trailer backup assist stuff. Like all of the cool shit is now in the Ranger. And the Ranger's a fucking awesome truck.
Yeah. Aside from the Gladiator, which I don't really consider that like a proper midsize pickup. I think it's a little too niche.
Because it's
to like fully
too
consider it.
Yeah, it's too much of a Jeep Wrangler to be a pickup truck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Aside from the Gladiator, this is like the only mid-sizer that has a V6. Everything else is
Well, Frontier's got a V6 too, but it's not the turbo.
Yeah.
This has the turbos.
I forgot about that too.
Yeah, which really sets it apart, right? Like it's 310 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds, 315 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds. The truck can move, but beyond that, it's just it's smooth, it's nice, it feels plenty, right? You want that sense of like, I got power in my truck, and the truck's got power. It doesn't actually help it do anything better. Like your towing capacity is maxed out at 7,500 either way.
Yep.
It just has more in reserve.
Yeah.
It feels great.
Yeah.
It's the even with F-150s, even with like the top spec $100,000 F-150, that's still like I still get a bit of body on frame jitteriness with those things, even in their fancy flavoring.
Yeah. There's very little. They've gone to great length to tune it out.
Yeah.
But there's just so much frame. It's hard.
I didn't pick up on any of that.
It's so
with
like,
the Ranger.
it's so minuscule. This is like the best riding size for sure, and it has the most usable back seat.
Yeah,
I think it has the most usable bed, and it has the best powertrains. And I really like the interior. Like they've done their homework. Like when they rolled out the Bronco, right? They were late to market with it, but they took that time to make sure to hit every single pain point that everyone else was missing.
Yep,
and just crush it.
Yep. It's very livable. It's a great effort.
Yeah.
Very livable.
And aggressively priced.
Absolutely.
$60,000.
Yeah.
Like loaded. The FX4 off-road package, Lariat, so you got leather this and power that, and the big engine, which is a $2,200 upcharge.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
Oh. The only thing with it, and it's something I've talked a lot about with like Ford's 10-speed automatic, it's still a little weird at low speeds, especially in like stop and go traffic, when you're on and off and on and off and on and off the gas. Mm-hmm. It gets a little shuddery then.
I didn't notice it.
Shuddery.
You spent more time with it than I did, but I didn't notice it.
Yeah. I commuted with this thing. I see a decent amount of traffic, stop and go traffic, and like, the 10-speed wasn't egregious. They've definitely improved it over the years, but it's still a little awkward at times. It's still like, a little. Ooh.
Well, I think this one especially is a direct lift out of the F-150, and they got that dialed in pretty well. What kind of gas mileage were you getting out of it?
I ended up at around about 700 kilometers, and I averaged out at 11.6.
It's not bad.
Is about...
That's not bad at all.
That's like... And it takes regular.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's pretty much what I got with the 4-cylinder Ranger a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And this has two extra cylinders, a lot more kick.
Yeah. And just a lot more truck.
Yeah. It's great.
It's
Oh, now I remember it. This is
welcome to the conversation.
Yeah. Hang on. I had a climate control on the touchscreen and also physical.
Yeah, I had the redundant controls,
That's
but like
nice.
good redundant.
Now that I remember that interior was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for a truck it was great.
Yeah, it feels a lot nicer than the Canyon and the Colorado.
Yeah, it's more spacious.
I think also the Canyon and Colorado don't really set that bar that high because there's a lot of plastic. And not in the right spots.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice touches in them. They're not a bad place to sit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just details, like typical GM thing, just details.
Yeah.
That just kind of whiff on.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that was last week, and this is this week.
That's an excellent segue.
Wow. I guess let's open up with the other truck.
I bet.
Before we get into the fun stuff.
Other stuff.
The really fun stuff.
Yeah. So 2025 Taco TRD Pro.
Right. So we all drove the manual TRD Sport that I had.
Yes.
A couple months ago, right?
Yes.
And we didn't love it.
No.
Not really a fan.
Not really.
No.
No.
This truck fixes a lot of that.
I think, yeah.
And how much of it has to do with the transmission?
Quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the hybrid, so it's not even close to an apples to apples comparison, right? The one I had was like very base, the 2.4 turbo, no hybrid, 6-speed manual.
Yeah.
Underwhelming.
Also, I can't remember if that was the truck where we were kind of like, what's the point?
Yeah. Like, for the same-ish money, you can get the TRD Sport trim that takes the TRD off-road trim, which gets rid of the sport stuff and leans a little harder into the off-road aesthetic, which I want in a truck.
Yeah.
So, either way, whatever. So this TRD Pro is like as loaded as you can get. This is like their big off-roady version without going super hardcore with the Trail Hunter.
Yeah.
It's a cool truck. I think it looks great.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, like it looks great. It looks badass. Great fitment. Hard to find that in a factory truck, but really great fitment.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you notice the infotainment was like hilariously senior citizen? Like all the font was like size 45.
Oh, they're enormous. Yeah.
Like it just felt like it was like a tablet for seniors.
Yeah, but they do that.
Like there's 3 buttons like call son, call 911, help, I've fallen down. Like
yeah, like, but there's a very obvious ergonomic reason for that, right? Like that's kind of always the way Toyota's done things, right? Like let's make sure this functions first, and then we'll make it look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna I'm not even about to knock on them for the new infotainment. The new infotainment because it's so much better than the old one.
Oh, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it works
I
pretty
don't know
well.
if it's like so much. I don't know. I wouldn't rave about it. It's like it's whatever, right? Like,
I think it's better.
It's a pretty big. Was it a big step up? I can't remember.
It's just whatever.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking it for being bad. I just think it's comically large. It looks weird.
It looks way better in dark mode. Like anytime I get into a Toyota press car, I throw in dark mode immediately. It looks way better.
Sure.
Instead of just having like a television on the dashboard.
Yeah.
Projecting the TV guide at you.
Yeah.
It's Al Roker.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like it just.
Yeah.
The interior was also like the interior's actually pretty nice in that thing. I can't remember if we had any like gripes about it today when we were driving it.
A couple little interesting things that I noticed when I was out shooting it.
Yeah.
For one, it rides
very trucky.
Very trucky.
Yeah.
Quite firm, and it's on like I don't know TRD control arms and Fox shocks and like all the cool guy badass shit. But it means there's a lot of secondary vibes coming from the wheels.
Big knobby tires too.
Big knobbly ass tires, and I feel like I don't know if this is an engine thing or a suspension thing or what, but I noticed at like 60, 70-ish, when the engine's kind of lugging at like 1,500 RPMs, it almost feels like it's got a soft miss. There's a little...
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of a harshness.
Yep.
That I thought that I haven't noticed in other Tacomas, because I've had most of them now, which I wasn't nuts about. It sounds brawny. Like the TRD comes with a really brawny exhaust.
Yeah.
I think of the 4-cylinder trucks, it is by far the best sounding. The rest are all just kind of there. Toyota's tried to have fun with this one.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the seats. Because I showed you guys this.
They're sick. They look cool.
They're extremely comfortable in the front.
I was going to say, yeah, in the front, they're really great.
So a big feature that Toyota's got going on with this is like active seats that have shocks built into them to kind of like absorb impact when you jump this thing off a dune, because that's what it's built to do.
Yeah.
The problem is that I thought this would be like, Nissan Zero-G seats, where like it's just a nice way of saying they're comfier.
Yeah.
But otherwise they're just chairs. No, there actually is a whole like carbon fiber looking thing on the back of the seats with shocks built into it and like air reservoirs and adjustment in them.
Yeah.
Which is all really cool, but they're fucking enormous and there's absolutely nowhere to put people.
In the back, yeah.
Yeah. It's like I can't sit behind myself. There's maybe 3 inches of room between the front of the back seat and the front seat.
Yeah, and it's not like like a rounded off seat that you can kind of like slide your knees along. Like
because the shocks are in that space.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, they look very cool. Wow, badass.
Yeah,
it's really silly.
Yeah.
It's completely defeat the purpose of the back seats. Like when I was shooting it today, I was shooting with my legs hanging out the side of the truck. I could not sit in the truck.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that'll probably a moot point considering how most people like really use their pickles. But like, when you flip the bench up to actually use that cab space to haul things, I imagine the shocks do more harm than good in that space too. Not only do they cut down on usable legroom,
Yeah,
They're
bite,
also just in the way.
They bite into it. Like, but that pretty much becomes the only way you can use that back seat space is just not have it for seats.
Yeah.
Or unless your passenger doesn't mind scrunching up a little bit. I was like, I don't sit particularly far back. I sit like relatively close for how tall I am, and like I could not fit behind myself at all.
Yeah.
And I realized because it was John's truck, John had the seat further back than I did.
Yeah.
So like he was touching the back seat with the front seat.
Wow.
And he's 6'3". Like he's not a giant. He's a tall man, but not a monster.
Yeah.
Like
that's the shit you see in sports cars.
Yeah. Really cool seats. Wow, they're fun. They're cool. But
what the heck?
And the Trail Hunter, the higher level one, doesn't have these seats so that you can bring people to trails with you.
Yeah.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out. Make them smaller. It'll probably just be a 1 year thing. They'll be like, 6 seats, and then get rid of them.
This one, did it have the snorkel?
No, did not have the snorkel.
Oh.
We were beside one today at that. Oh, no, that was a Tundra.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, I know.
Who else were you out in a car with? You were riding in cars with boys?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, salacious.
I don't know. What else is cool about this thing?
It is like the beefy badass off-road one, and it felt beefy.
It felt like it.
It felt beefy and badass, arguably to maybe a fault.
Yeah.
But it drove great.
Because the 99% of the time you're going to use it on the road, it's like kind of annoying.
Yeah. But on the flip side, like, you're buying a truck you want it to feel like brawny, tough, for men, and this conveys that.
That does, yeah.
It feels like a very truck-flavored truck.
Yeah.
For better or worse.
So the TRD Pro, this is more rock crawly oriented.
That's more the Trail Hunter.
I thought the Trail Hunter was more like overlandish.
Which is the same-ish thing. It's meant for slower off-roading, whereas this is meant for fast off-roading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a Baja rate. Or sorry,
That's why it has the shocks in the seats,
Yeah,
when you land.
Yep.
The Trail Hunter is not designed to land. It is just, it is the land.
Yeah.
It dominates the land. This is designed to sail over the land.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yes. I didn't get a chance to jump it today.
It's got a bunch of like neat stuff though. It does a bunch of diff stuff and electronic sway bar.
Yeah, well, it's got like a million cameras that are actually really well placed, so you can position the thing well. I like that it automatically brings up the front camera when you put it in gear. So like when you're backing into a space and then you throw it in drive, it will bring up the front camera for a few seconds so that you can really position yourself. Disconnecting sways, locking diffs, like all the cool guy shit you want to see. Extra pickup points from ARB. Redesigned bumpers, skid plates, rock rails.
Yeah.
Like, this is a truck you can actually beat the shit out of and expect to survive.
Yeah. So it has more or less the same suspension setup as the Trail Hunter.
The Trail Hunter's different. That's full ARB. This is Fox shocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're set up pretty different though. I would imagine,
different. Yeah. This is a lot firmer. It feels a lot firmer to me.
Well, they're meant for different things entirely.
Yeah. Although granted, I drove the other truck like 6 months ago, so I'm stretching a bit, but I thought that had a little more give in it than this does.
Yeah.
This is like tight. Granted, it's fun to flick around.
Yeah.
Like turn the traction on. So like I was shooting it in a big gravel dirt lot and I was like, all right, well, let's have some fun with it. Traction off. Let's just send it.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That truck likes to play around.
That's good.
Yeah.
As it should.
Yeah, it's pretty well set up chassis. Good powertrain. The hybrid really helps fill in that 2.4 nicely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good truck. I like it.
You know, it's a better truck.
Yeah.
The S63?
That's not a truck. So this week we're also in the 2024 Dodge Durango
We're
SRT
all in it right now, currently.
392. Right now.
We were.
Yes, we were.
And it was fun.
My God.
That thing's...
That's 6.4, man. Like...
That's the best
what
engine.
What a fucking sweet engine.
Best engine I struggle with, but...
Oh, B58.
No, like not even a BMW. I just mean like it is really impressive.
Yeah.
It sounds so good. It's so characterful. It's smooth in operation. It's got gobs of torque.
But sounds good all the time.
All of the time. Right?
Which is like the tricky thing, right?
We probably had too much of this conversation in the car to try and organically reproduce it now.
Yeah.
But like, I posited that this is the best engine. Mm-hmm. Not the best. That's the B58. But my favorite engine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
And you counter with the Jag
AJVA.
Yeah, the supercharged AJVA, which is a fucking awesome motor.
Yeah.
But we both agree that the way it's valved, how it's too quiet when it's quiet, and
it's all those sound regulations, right? Like, so it's like below $4,000, it's like nothing, and then all of a sudden it's like set to 11.
Yeah, just
So it's like
screaming,
oh no,
and crackling, and like farting all over the place. It's great theatrics.
Yeah,
but there's kind of a disc. It doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Yeah. The 6.4 is a lot more consistent with its brawn.
Yeah, it's just always gorilla,
and it sort of builds up to it bit by bit. Like,
yeah, but
if that makes sense,
around town, like it does the whole grumbly V8 thing pretty well. Like it doesn't. It's not in your face about it.
It doesn't do it pretty well. It does it the best.
Okay.
No, actually, what does it better?
Listen, I agree with you.
Okay,
it sounds great.
I'm trying to like generate theater, right?
The best,
because this is a podcast,
right?
So, but actually, what sounds better at low speed? Even at high speed.
Well, there you go.
The only motor I think I enjoy more is the fucking Audi Lamborghini V10, and that is a Lamborghini V10. This is a Mopar V8, and it's got so much charisma that it can kind of like fuck around at that level.
Yeah,
to me anyway.
It's also just funny. The whole thing to me is just a meme.
Yeah,
it's a 3-row SUV.
Yeah,
with all the safety shit. You know,
does it have all the safety shit?
It has all the safety shit you could possibly want. It has adaptive cruise control. It has automatic braking. It has all the safety shit people care about. It has a big sunroof. It has...
But none of that really matters.
Luxuries.
Because if you really think about it, it's just a big, fluffy fucking golden retriever that's like ready to fucking play all the time.
Well, yeah. It's ostensibly a family hauler that you can just so happen to get with a massive V8 and fucking racing stripes from the factory. That's absurd.
The racing stripes are hilarious.
And they look good on it.
They
right?
actually
It actually wears it well.
It's kind of dumb how good it looks.
Part.
Yeah. I don't know. The fact that it kind of like... It's like it's not like as batshit crazy as like a Trackhawk or whatever, right? You know, like it's not dumb, but it's funny. Like it's funny.
Silly. It's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's well executed. It's not just like motor's sick. Like it's actually a pretty well set up chassis. It steers well. It feels right.
It steers well.
It handles ridiculously well.
Yeah,
for what it is.
Considering how much we were laughing at this thing when we were beating on it,
it's all smiles all the time.
Yeah,
and like it's nuts how well it can settle down. Like it just calms down at like the blink of an eye.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of a nice thing, right? Because it is usable power too. Like also that the ZF8 in it, like it's good at finding like the sweet spot for the torque. I think that like it's easy to drive, and then it's easy to drive fast. In a way that like even at like high speed, it's stable.
Yeah.
It brakes really well.
Yeah, like it's confidence inspiring.
Yeah.
It's just fun. And it sounds so good. And it's not like the Hellcats where it's so fast it's kind of scary. Like it's
quick.
Yeah, it's quick, but not like it's 475 horsepower and a 5,000 pound SUV. Like it's not in the grand scale of all the other fast cars we play with. It's not the fastest, but it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It has so much charisma and charm and just feels right. There's a rightness to it that few cars can tap into. That it's got. Stellantis, you want to know what you should be doing? It's this.
Yeah, just renew this.
Yeah.
Put a different interior in it. Different infotainment for sure.
But not even. Like, it's fine.
You don't have to put in a new interior in it.
Update it, though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It feels nicer inside than the Grand Cherokee we had like 2 weeks ago.
The seats are nicer. The touch points are nicer. There's more leather. I like the faux forged carbon graphite trim.
Yeah.
Like...
It's not bad.
Yeah, like it's not bad. Yes, it is kind of dated, but it's a datedness that works because it has a volume knob, a tuning knob, buttons for everything. Like physical shortcuts, like the things we all bitch about cars not having.
This has them.
This has them.
That's true.
It's actually one of those things like, yo, what else do you need a fucking vehicle to do?
Yeah.
And it's, from all accounts, fairly reliable.
Yeah. Like from what I know, like the 6.4s are stout engines. They're a known quantity by now.
Yeah.
It's a ZFA. We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
And like they don't, so as far as I'm aware, don't seem to have like a lot of the dumb like ball joint suspension front end issues. Not the same electrical gremlins. Like I think they're just a fucking really solid platform. That's kind of one of those things. Like they've been making this for what, more than 10 years now?
Yeah, 2012. I think this generation came out. 2012.
And like
a solid
if it ain't fucking broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. How much is this thing? Oh, we didn't ask that. How much is this thing, Nicholas?
Yeah.
85 as tested.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Okay,
Not
it's
bad.
not terrible.
That's not bad.
90-ish. It's
90-ish?
It's
Hold up.
up there.
But it's sick.
It is
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, it's sick. It's up there, but it's sick.
So like at that range, you're getting into a super, super base X5 that doesn't have adaptive, right? Doesn't have the luxury niceties that we want.
Does it not?
No, it doesn't. You can like the base X5 doesn't have it. It's part of the premium pack, I think. That's
Right.
like $4 or $5
Interesting.
and it doesn't have the V8 motor. So like an X5 is nice, but it's not sick. This is sick.
This is sick.
And to get an X5 to be sick, you got to throw quite a few more bucks at it.
So who else is making something with a V8?
Outside of the Germans.
Yeah, outside of the Germans. Ford?
V8 3-row?
Yeah.
No, Ford's not.
Guess you could.
It's only the V6s. You can't get an Expedition with a V8.
Really?
Yeah.
Twin turbo
They,
V6.
they only offer the Coyote and the Mustang and the F-150. That's it.
Tahoe Suburban.
Yeah.
So like American 3-rows.
That's pretty-
But like,
That's pretty,
but
but
they're not as sick as the
they're
Durango
not even
though.
close to being sick.
And
they're
also
nice.
And they're also kind of bigger too.
I feel like the
Yeah,
V8's also kind of an afterthought in those. Like, not an afterthought. It's just like, it's a way to move this big, heavy thing around versus like, this
Yeah.
thing is like,
This celebrates the V8.
that's exactly it.
Also, those are trucks. This is still unibody. It's not a truck.
Yeah.
It can do things in tow and stuff, but it's not a truck, and therefore it drives 7 billion times better.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, there's not so much work into masking the fact that it's a truck.
Yeah.
Like, this actually handles well, which is weird to say.
Yeah, like really well. It's kind of like the F-Pace SVR we had last week, right? Like, yeah, it's an SUV. It shouldn't be this good, but it is.
It's rad.
Also, there's your answer. What else is a V8?
But it's not a 3-row.
Not a 3-row, no. That was also a lot faster.
Yeah, that was also ridiculous.
Yeah. that thing's great too because it is the same kind of comedy. It just does it in a very like buttoned down British way.
British way, yeah.
Yeah. Like, no, it's not funny.
There's
Watch
a bit,
this.
There's a bit of humor in it.
Yeah.
No,
There's a bit of humor in it.
There's the pretense that it's not funny.
Yes.
But it's actually very funny.
it's hilarious, yeah.
Like it's the straight man in a comedy sketch, just
Yeah.
being batshit all the time.
I kind of got a little bit of, I don't know, not F-Pace, but like I got a little bit of that AJ. It's something in like the way that it shifts, like that crackle and like that snap.
Yeah, just that heart.
Yeah.
Like,
But I like that a lot.
especially like in manual mode with everything set to kill. Like it's snappy, it's violent, but like the cool violent.
Yeah. No, I dig it.
Yeah, I'm actually enjoying using the pedals in this thing, which is not something I can say with a lot of other three-row SUVs.
I think the placement's a little weird because Dodge does that thing where they put the controls behind the wheel.
Yeah,
I
so
always thought
they put
that-
the
I always
paddles
thought
up
that was
high.
weird.
Yeah, but I think
whatever.
you can get used to it.
Yeah, but I just didn't use them. I think it's got pretty good logic on its own.
Yeah, I mean,
It does.
That's cool. The options there.
yeah, the transferring is actually good.
Yeah.
It has great logic, but like at the same time, when I'm slowing down for a red light, I want to make a downshift. So
Yeah, but you can do that, I guess.
Yeah, and it's cool
at
that
least
you
they're
can,
there.
and it's satisfying. It's
yeah,
not like
it's so
in
satisfying.
some vehicles where like the paddles are a suggestion as to what
Click.
you would like it to do.
Or they
it's
just
like,
change the tag.
Click.
Yeah.
Wait.
I see you've made a request for a gear change. Let me submit that to the trans control department.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you shortly.
That's
Yeah.
exactly it.
Yeah.
These are just snappy.
Yeah.
I love
shifts,
this thing.
It shifts fast, yeah.
And it rides well. Like
It does.
It's that duality,
It does.
right? Like it's comfy, it's quiet, it rides nice. And it always sounds amazing, but not obnoxious.
I mean,
it's got like the big
It
V8
does
barrel
that
chested.
really well, right?
I think it does that the best.
Like, it doesn't, it's not in your face. It's actually not that in your face about it. Other than the racing stripes, like,
Yeah.
it's actually pretty, like, stealth.
3 demure.
Yeah. Oh my god. Try for that again.
Get out.
I actually, like, we were talking about this. I actually think you take this thing, slam it, put some, like, kick-ass wheels on it. I think it'd be
20-inch T's.
cool as hell. Modern day Magnum, man. It'll be sick.
It would be sick. Speaking of stuff with cool wheels,
I really like AMG's wheel treatment these days.
it's like the faux center lock, but like they also diamond cut the face of the wheels. It just looks
Yeah.
killer.
So, like, it's a mesh, like, very busy, almost BBS-esque wheel. There's a new
Maybe
word.
a bit-
BBS, that works.
BBS-esque, yeah.
It's probably built by BBS.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, black pockets, machine face, center lock. They look sick.
Yeah.
And they're huge.
They are huge.
So context, this is the 2024 Mercedes-AMG S63 E-Performance.
The one that Jeff was gushing about last week.
Yes, he was.
And now we have it.
Yeah.
And we're not gushing
you know
about
what?
No, we're not.
it. Jeff's drunk.
Jeff, we love you. But with all due respect, you're wrong.
And just to say, like, okay, Jeff did say, hey, I was in California.
Yes.
And everything
he did temper it, yeah.
rose-colored glasses, like...
Mm-hmm. The sky is actually just rose-colored there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing what he saw. I think it's...
I kind of see it.
Okay.
He's not wrong in the sense that this thing fucking... definitely, once it's all ready to go, you have to give it a sec to, like... For it to gather its thoughts. And then you really feel the 1,000 horsepower, the 1,000 pound feet of torque.
I don't feel
it
that
doesn't feel like
1,000
1,000
at all.
pounds.
You're wrong. I'm sorry.
It doesn't feel like it. It's fast. Don't get me wrong. Like
it's quick.
It pulls hard. It pulls hard.
It's very fast. It handles really well for how big it is. Like, yes, it is a objectively impressive performance sedan. And the fact that it's able to deliver so much performance while still being such an accomplished luxury car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In most ways. Is impressive. Like, it's an impressive feat of engineering. I don't love it because there's a lot of synthesis that I don't appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the V8 doesn't sound like a V8.
That's the thing.
Like, bro, what are you doing?
This
That's
was
the point.
the best thing you had going for you.
Yeah.
And why are you playing a keyboard over it?
And they used to sound incredible.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. How do you neuter it so much?
Well, you need to hear the E performance.
I don't want to hear the E. I want to hear the performance.
Isn't that statement that the AMG boss put out a few days ago when he was questioned about the C63s? Like, oh, our customers aren't here for the V8s. They're here for the technology.
Yeah.
No, bro, it's the V8s.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. The tech is neat, but I'm here for the V8 motor.
Yeah.
And whatever you can do to augment that, cool. But
Give
don't
me
get
the
in the
V8.
way of the V8 motor. And this is getting in the way of the V8 motor.
I also just feel like time and time again, we talk about this with Mercedes, but there's just too much going on, and it just feels like it's tacky. For a $250,000 top of the line S-Class to feel tacky.
Yeah,
From
like-
a mark like okay, Mercedes-Benz, they build the best luxury cars in the world, supposedly, right?
They definitely did.
Standard of the world.
That's what I mean. But
Yeah.
like this one just feels like not. Like for lack of a better word, like I can't come
Yeah.
to terms with the fact that this is the best that they got.
I struggle to see it being so much better because it's visually louder. And on the exterior, I
looks
think
rad.
it works. But
Yeah.
on the interior, and this is, to taste, right? But like there's bright red stitching fucking everywhere. Everything is diamond quilt red stitching.
Red carbon
Like
trim.
a red carbon fiber weave, which I think looks really cool. I do,
Why?
but there's a lot of it, and it complements the stitching. I think like if you're into on an E-Class, on something that's not a limousine,
C63, this would be rad.
yeah, if it had a V8 motor.
If it had a V8 motor.
Right.
But this thing is just like, I don't get it. You know what? And maybe I'm too poor to get it. Fair. but like, okay, like let's really think about this for a second.
No.
If you're okay. If you're buying an S-Class, right? You want a really fantastic luxury vehicle that happens to be quick, right?
Yeah.
The S63 is supposed to be the fastest S-Class in the way that it will give you that, AMG experience.
Yeah.
But also,
yeah.
At the first and foremost thing, it's supposed to be an S-Class.
Yeah.
And like, this thing kind of feels a little lost to me.
Yeah. Like there's very much, I think it's been a Mercedes thing lately. Just like there's a big identity crisis.
Yeah.
Like why are you trying to impress upon me that this 6,000 pound limousine is a race car? All of the shit they've done in here is very cool, and I think it would look great in, say, an E63 or the new GT.
Yeah.
Or literally anything other than the S. It doesn't not work. I just feel like it's out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And then all the trim doesn't fit right.
Yeah, there's a lot of build quality issues, a lot of random rattles and squeak. I find that when you like...
Yeah, we're bumping the 4D sound earlier, which sounds very good.
Which does sound very good.
But you hear like the rear headrest rattling around.
So that's what it was.
Yeah. And like the surrounds for the like spinning tweeter thing, which is fucking cool as fuck.
It is cool.
But the surround is like it's kind of loosey goosey. There's like some trim on the roof that's like, I don't know what it does, but it just doesn't feel nearly as substantial as I would want a car of this caliber to.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel substantial. It just feels substantial.
Uh-oh. Yeah. And I think that also, like, circling back to, like, identity crisis, it's like, okay, this thing is a 63, right? E-Performance. So it's the S, let's say it's the AMG version of the S-Class. Cool. Mm-hmm. With batteries.
With the plug-in assistance, yeah. So
okay, cool. That doesn't actually... So it does a lot of, like, around town... Sorry, not even around town. The first 15, 20 minutes you're driving this thing, cool, it's going to be a full EV, and then it runs out of gas. Or, sorry, it runs out of juice, and, like... It's not a lot... Like, you don't actually get a lot out of the plug-in part of it, I feel. And then it doesn't do a lot to charge that battery once it's dead.
I noticed that, too. So I picked it up.
It kind of gives up. It's like, whatever, I don't need to be hybrid anymore.
I picked it up.
Whereas the PHEV, which we all liked...
That was my favorite S-Class.
Yeah. I still think that's the sweet spot of the lineup.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
100%. Like, that is, to me, very S-Class.
Yeah, that's what the car should be. It feels right.
Yep. And that one, and with the S580e PHEV, that one did the PHEV thing a little better. This one, I picked it up with full tank of gas, but the battery was empty. So I figured, okay, it's... it's about 20 minutes to the office. There's a bit of traffic.
It'll kind of charge itself.
I'll flip it into its max regen and see how much extra battery range I get.
Nothing.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
I thought I was doing it wrong, but no, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I feel like I noticed one of the things we want about PHEVs is the big electric torque fill. And this does that, but if you're not going like absolute batshit, you're just saying, I don't know, making a right turn, and you step on it a little bit. You get the electric fill immediately, and then like a second later, the gas engine kicks down and goes as well. It feels like there are two motors and not one motor being augmented.
Right. It feels like they're almost fighting each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The power the power delivery takes some getting used to. The brakes do too.
Yeah, they're kind of
brakes are still
they're kind of funky.
The pedal is way weird.
Yep.
Like it's nothing, and then it's all of it, and then it's nothing again. I don't know. Disappointing.
Mm-hmm. Just little calibration-y things, or just don't fucking bother. I get what they were trying to go for, right? And like I had high hopes for this because with the S580 gas that I spent a week with last year, I wasn't nuts about that on day one, and by day 7 I didn't want to give it back. Like I really impressed itself upon me. Right? Like no, it's like there's things about it I don't like. It's a little gimmicky inside, and there's too much focus on like screens and gloss and lights and shit. But the core engineering felt like it was still there. Like the level of refinement and polish was like impeccable, and just like the way the stop start works.
Yeah,
little shit like that. Just it all felt very nice.
Right.
And the S580e. That one really captured a lot of that, and it added that PHEV fill to it,
and it also got great fuel economy.
Yeah. On top of all that, like I remember, I fucking averaged like 7.8.
Yeah, which is
in that thing
silly
in winter.
It did less gimmicky stuff, and it did more of the core stuff well.
Yeah, or like, but back to the point I was trying to make, guys, is that
sorry.
The V8 and the one that I drove, right? It's still a mild hybrid. Yeah. And they integrated that impeccably. It was like the best in the industry. It's the best I've ever seen. It was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
So I was hoping, okay, transfer that brilliance to just more. And then there is more. But it doesn't feel like enough more to justify it. And it's not super well done.
Yeah.
And I kind of struggle with it. I don't know who it's for, right? Like it to me, and this is going to sound like a slap, it just seems like a flex. Let's go, yo, check this out. I got 1,000 foot-pounds. That's it. Like it just feels like, look at me. Look how fast I am. I am the fastest limousine.
Yeah.
Just be a good limousine.
So
you don't have to tell everyone else.
So the $230,000 question.
Why are you fucking asking me these things? As if you don't know.
This was the 7 Series.
Well, hold up. Okay, you know what? I actually have a better question.
Okay.
Because okay, Jeff last week was talking about the fact that the i7 is the closest thing on paper that comes to the S63 PHEV, because you can't get a PHEV 7.
You can't. Well, you can, but not the V8.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, my apologies.
Yeah.
And the i7 is fully electric, so it's missing the V8.
Yeah.
So between an i7, a regular 7, and the S63 PHEV, which one do you take?
Regular 7. The 760 I had 2 years ago was the fucking best luxury sedan I've ever driven. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Because it's still fast. Very, very, fast. And handles very well and does the BMW things, but it also does a great job masquerading as an old Mercedes when I want it to.
Yeah.
It has that presence, that commanding, that sense of like...
Styling aside.
I think it does that pretty well too. I get a lot of what...
Really?
We have a 7 and a 140 in the parking lot. No, we don't. We had a 7 and now we have a 140.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's a tangent. But I think the slab-sidiness that they were going for is very reminiscent of the old S-Class Mercedes that I like so much.
Yes.
And I think it has that kind of presence. It's obviously a lot more striking and controversial in its execution.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it works. And especially the car's $185,000. Which, like, we're saying this as if that, like, oh, that's a value. It's only $185,000. Marge, we can't afford not to. But I don't know where the extra 50 monies went.
I agree with you.
It's under the hood.
Is it?
But it doesn't.
It doesn't super feel like it is the problem.
Mm.
It doesn't sound like it. I love that AMG V8.
Yeah.
And it's why are you auto-tuning over it? Stop it.
So back to your previous point about, best sounding engines.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's still the 392.
I still think that the previous era of AMG engines, like of AMG V8s, those things sounded incredible regardless of like
Yeah, they're really
the
good.
speed at which you're traveling.
The 63 engine?
The
yeah,
63.
the 5.5 turbo.
Whoa, hang on.
Because there's been there's the 5.4 non-supercharged.
The turbo one or the naturally aspirated ones? Because you're saying last gen, right?
No, I'm talking like 2020, 2021.
Oh, yes,
2020,
Oh, yeah.
2020, 2021-ish. So like
Yeah.
previous gen E63. Those are like a 4.0?
They are the 4-liter, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
they sound
incredible.
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably come closest to the Mopar V8s.
Yeah.
For doing like the hard V8 thump thing that we like,
And like
all of the time.
When that sounded so good, like how do you lose that?
Our customers aren't here for V8s; they're here for technology.
Oh,
That's exactly how you lose that.
Yeah,
The focus is not focused.
Yeah. It's the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like we're dumping on it. It's not a bad car. It's very
it's
cool.
not.
It's very fast. It's very comfortable.
it's
It does
killer,
so
yeah.
many things very well, and it looks sick.
Mhm.
I just don't get it. Especially because Jeff hyped it up so much. Really, this is his fault.
This is Jeff's fault.
Yeah.
God damn it, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's cool. I think for me it misses.
Yeah.
And I feel like, not to beat this horse, I feel like BMW does that performance-y, engagey thing more naturally.
Yeah.
And I feel like when they inevitably, because they're going to, they are, when they inevitably move the XM, now M5, 4.4 twin-turbo PHEV powertrain to the 7, that car will be fucking demonic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So suffice to say, you two are fighting dibs over the
Oh, no.
inevitable press.
Nathan's going to take way better photos and write a better story. I'm going to enjoy being in the back seat while Nathan's driving.
Yeah. Doing skids.
It works out.
No, but like honestly, I feel like a Benz should be a Benz. It should be luxury without. It should be a classy luxury.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing doesn't feel like it to me.
And like I get, and this is not to say like I don't see the point of like say a previous S55. I get that. It's still an S.
Yeah.
A little more edge to it and a fucking comical motor.
Yeah.
This motor's not comical.
No. And the fact that you got to plug it in every 5 minutes, otherwise you lose all of that extra juice.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Like what are you doing? It's just yeah, I think it just misses on some really key points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that just about takes it to the end of this week's episode.
Yep. Okay. Bye.
Any final thoughts? Just like that. All right. Thank you all for tuning in this week. Nathan, Raj, it's been a slice. For those of you who wish to keep tabs on our automotive misadventures this week, you can do so at doubleclutch.ca on socials. While you're at it, why don't you hop on over to our brand new YouTube channel?
Yeah,
check Nathan's got some stuff on there.
Yeah, check us out at Double Clutch Magazine. I just put up a video of the Aston Martin DB12 Volante today.
Oh.
I got some good sound clips, I think.
Excellent.
Yeah. That's what that car's all about.
Which
V8, baby.
Which is ironically an AMG V8.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys.
And last but not least, thanks for listening to Nathan's mom.